You might think that waking up once or twice a night to use the restroom is normal after age 70, that it is just a part of getting older everyone must accept. But what if I told you that those seemingly harmless awakenings are silently robbing you of your precious safety and health? At this age, your body no longer recovers as quickly as it used to. Each time you are awakened mid-slumber, your heart rate changes abruptly, your blood pressure fluctuates, and your brain's restorative processes are interrupted, all causing unseen consequences that you do not notice immediately. What is even scarier is that most seniors believe they are just aging normally, when in reality certain nightly habits are pushing them into the danger zone. A geriatrician from the Cleveland Clinic once said, "It's not old age causing you to wake up at night. It's the small habits you repeat every evening without realizing it." That means if you change, your body can also change. In today's video, I will walk you through 5 common habits that people over 70 often have. Habits that seem simple but silently worsen nighttime urination, disrupt sleep, and increase the risk of falls, cognitive decline, and even nocturnal cardiovascular events. You will see which things you might be accidentally repeating every night. You will also learn what is happening inside your body after that last sip of water, that evening cup of tea, or that time you forgot to use the restroom before bed. And most importantly, you will learn simple, gentle ways that have the power to restore your sleep and safety sustainably. Stay with me until the end of the video, because the last habit is something so many people are doing without a clue. And it could be the reason they wake up in the middle of the night, or do not wake up at all. Let's get started. Habit 1, drinking too much water before sleep. After 70, your body no longer processes water the way it used to. Yet many people maintain the habit of drinking a full glass of water, or even a cup of herbal tea, right before bed, hoping it is good for their health. It sounds logical, since staying hydrated is important. But for older adults, especially at night, it can be a silent trap that could be harming you. Try to remember, when was the last time you woke up at night to use the restroom? Did you have to fumble in the dark, trying to keep your balance while getting out of bed? Have you ever felt dizzy, unsteady, or had to lean against the wall to make it in time? If you have, then you are not alone, but you also should not take it lightly. At this age, your kidneys continue to work through the night, your bladder is weaker, and your body becomes more sensitive to any excess fluid. This makes you easily awakened by the feeling of needing to go now. But each time you stand up quickly midnight, your blood pressure can drop suddenly, a phenomenon called orthostatic hypotension, making you dizzy, prone to falls, and dangerous injuries. Just one slip on the way to the bathroom could be the reason you end up in the hospital for weeks, or worse. Not to mention the light from turning on a lamp at night disrupts your circadian rhythm, interrupting the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep deeply. And just like that, your sleep cycle gets fragmented. Many studies have shown older adults who frequently wake up for nighttime urination have a higher risk of memory loss, hypertension, and even depression. So what should you do? It is simple. Start scheduling your water intake. Drink plenty of water during the day, from early morning until around 5 p.m. After that time, gradually reduce the amount of liquid you consume. If you feel thirsty in the evening, take small sips instead of a whole large glass. And do not forget, many foods also contain water, like soups and fruits, which should also be considered if you often wake up at night. Just by adjusting when you drink water, you not only sleep more soundly, but also significantly reduce the risk of falls and other nighttime health problems. This is not about cutting out water. It is about giving your body the peace it deserves all night long. Habit 2, consuming caffeine in the evening. Do you have a habit of enjoying a cup of coffee after dinner or sipping a cup of black tea on a cool evening? For many, it is a part of relaxation, a familiar comfort after a long day. But if you are past the age of 70, continuing to put caffeine into your body in the evening might be contributing to your sleep disruption and causing you to wake up multiple times to urinate, even if you do not realize the connection. Caffeine is a natural stimulant and diuretic. Even if you have been drinking coffee or tea for decades without any issues, your body is different now. Your kidneys filter more slowly, your bladder has become more sensitive, and your sleep is more fragile than ever before. That means even a small amount of caffeine in the evening can leave you tossing and turning, unable to sleep deeply, and waking up with a suddenly full bladder. Did you know that caffeine can stay in your system for 6 to 10 hours? If you drink tea at 6 p.m., it is still active in your system by midnight. This means that deep sleep, the most critical stage for your brain and heart to recover, may never truly arrive. And the consequences are not just sleep deprivation. Losing that deep sleep cycle also increases the risk of high blood pressure, memory decline, and heart rhythm disorders in older adults. Imagine someone like Carol, 73, who thought she just had age-related insomnia. Every night she drank a cup of jasmine tea, thinking it was good for sleep. But only when her doctor suggested switching to a caffeine-free version did she realize it was the cause. Within 2 weeks, her nightly awakenings decreased significantly, and she woke up the next morning feeling much more clear-headed. So, what is the solution for you? First, check your habit of drinking tea, coffee, energy drinks, or even chocolate in the evening. Instead, you can try caffeine-free herbal teas like chamomile, peppermint, or rooibos, which help calm the nerves without stimulating the bladder. Also, try not to drink any caffeinated beverages after 2 p.m., as your body needs more time to process and eliminate this substance than it used to. By saying goodbye to evening caffeine, you are not only giving your bladder a rest, but also paving the way for a deeper, more restorative sleep. And for someone over 70, that is not just about comfort. It is a crucial part of protecting your heart health, memory, and safety every single night. Habit 3, eating salty foods at night, a bowl of salty soup, a few slices of salty cheese, or a bag of crispy potato chips before bed. It sounds so minor, does it not? But if you maintain a habit of eating salty things at night, especially after 70, those seemingly harmless bites could be making your body work overtime out all night without you even realizing that it's salt, or more specifically sodium, has the ability to retain water in the body. When you eat salty foods in the evening, the increased sodium in your blood forces your body to adjust by pulling water from your cells into your bloodstream to dilute it. As a result, blood volume increases, pressure in the kidneys rises, and the excretory system is activated to get rid of the excess fluid through your bladder. That is precisely why you might find yourself waking up more often to urinate if you eat salty foods at night. In younger people, the kidneys can cope fairly well, but in older adults, the kidneys work slower, their filtering ability is weaker, and the bladder is less resilient. This makes the consequences more pronounced and serious. It is not just about waking up to go to the bathroom. It is also about sleeplessness, increased blood pressure at night, and feeling tired the next morning because your body was forced to work when it should have been resting. Daniel, 75, used to think his nighttime urination was due to his age. But after his daughter, a nurse, suggested he cut back on salty foods in the evening, he was surprised when his nightly bathroom trips dropped from 3 to just 1. "I just stopped my habit of eating salty snacks while watching TV at night," he shared. "I never imagined such a small thing could make such a big difference." So if you want to sleep deeper, with fewer interruptions, and feel less heavy in the morning, pay attention to the salt you eat after 6 p.m. Avoid processed foods like cold cuts, salty cheeses, canned goods, snacks, and even soy sauce. If you want a light snack, choose options like a banana, unsalted almonds, or warm milk, foods that are both gentle and sleep supportive. Remember, every little grain of salt you put into your body at night can be the drop that overfills your bladder. And when you help your body truly rest, you not only sleep better, but you also protect your heart, your blood pressure, and your quality of life every single day. Habit 4, not going to the restroom before sleep. You might have thought, "I don't feel the urge to go, so I'll just get into bed." However, skipping that trip to the restroom before sleep, even just once, is often the very reason you are awakened a few hours later by the sensation of a full bladder. And this, if repeated nightly, not only affects your sleep, but also creates a dangerous, vicious cycle for the health of older adults. When you go to bed with a bladder that is not completely empty, the urine already present inside will accumulate faster with any additional fluid filtered during the night. The bladder gets stretched more quickly, triggering the urge to urinate even though your body has not had enough rest. Your nervous system is alerted, you jolt awake, often during the deep sleep stage. This not only breaks your sleep cycle, but also leaves you feeling tired and groggy when you get out of bed in the middle of the night. Imagine Elaine, 76, who had suffered from prolonged insomnia for unknown reasons. Even though she did not drink water after 6 p.m., she still had to get up 2 to 3 times every night. After her doctor asked detailed questions, she realized she often skipped going to the restroom before bed because she didn't feel the need at that moment. When she started making it a habit to go regularly before climbing into bed, her sleep improved noticeably within just 1 week. The truth is, the urge to urinate is not always as clear in older adults due to weakened sensory nerves. Therefore, even if you do not feel it is necessary, going to the restroom before sleeping should be considered a fixed part of your evening routine, just like brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. You can try this method. Create a 3-step bedtime ritual. Brush your teeth, use the restroom, and only then get into bed. This not only helps empty your bladder, but also signals to your body that it is time to relax and rest. Do not let a small, forgettable habit become a major reason for disrupting your sleep and affecting your entire next day. By proactively going to the restroom before bed, you are actively protecting your sleep, cardiovascular stability, and your safety when moving around at night. And with just a few minutes each evening, you can reclaim the precious hours of deep sleep your body deserves. Habit 5. Taking diuretics late in the day. Are you taking a diuretic in the late afternoon or near bedtime? If so, that very thing might be the silent culprit causing you to wake up multiple times a night, and it could also be increasing your risk of falls, chronic insomnia, and even physical exhaustion without you ever knowing it. Diuretics, also known as water pills, are often prescribed to control blood pressure, edema, or other heart conditions. They work by stimulating the kidneys to flush out water and salt through urine. This is beneficial when taken during the day, helping to lower blood pressure and reduce swelling. But if you take them in the evening, your body is being forced to eliminate water, right when you need to be sleeping. Doctors at the Mayo Clinic have stressed taking a diuretic at the wrong time can disrupt the circadian rhythm and worsen nighttime urination in older adults. This is especially true for those on medications like furosemide, hydrochlorothiazide, or similar drugs. Many people simply follow an old prescription without realizing that their habit of taking medicine after dinner is diminishing their daily quality of life. Franklin, 79, suffered from chronic insomnia and frequently had to get up 3 to 4 times a night to use the restroom. At first, he thought it was just his age. But when a nurse reviewed his medication list, she discovered he was taking his diuretic at 7 p.m., right after his evening meal. Simply by changing the timing to the morning, his nighttime urination episodes decreased dramatically, and his sleep became more consolidated than ever before. The solution here is not to stop your medication, but to shift the timing. If you are using a diuretic, ask your doctor or pharmacist if it is possible to take it in the morning or early afternoon instead. In most cases, just changing the time you take your pill by a few hours is enough to help your body rest peacefully throughout the night. By making this simple adjustment, you not only avoid frequent nighttime urination, but you also minimize the risk of insomnia, nighttime falls, and prolonged fatigue. Your stability, both in sleep and in health, sometimes depends on just one small detail: the time you take your medicine. And that is something completely within your control. We have now explored 5 seemingly harmless habits that are silently and profoundly affecting your sleep and nighttime health. From drinking too much water before bed, using caffeine in the evening, eating salty foods late at night, forgetting to use the restroom before bed, to taking diuretics at the wrong time. Each habit, if not given proper attention, can increase the risk of constant awakenings, heart rhythm disturbances, erratic blood pressure, and even dangerous accidents when moving around in the dark. Do you see yourself in one, or perhaps even more than one, of the habits mentioned above? If so, that is not something to be ashamed of. It is an opportunity for you to make a change and protect yourself. None of us are born knowing how to age healthily, but we can absolutely learn. And every small adjustment you make today is a gift for your body tomorrow. Imagine a night where you sleep straight through without being awakened, without having to rush out of bed in the darkness. In the morning, you wake up feeling refreshed, not dizzy, not tired. That is not a dream. It is something you can absolutely achieve when you learn to listen to your body and change old habits that are no longer suitable. The best part is, none of these 5 habits require you to buy expensive medicine, do strenuous exercise, or sacrifice anything major. They just require your attention, a few gentle adjustments, but their effect can change a whole night, a whole week, or the rest of your journey through old age. So where will you begin? Try choosing one of the 5 habits that feels most relevant to you and make an adjustment starting tonight. And if you have ever experienced the feeling of deep sleep returning after a long time, please share that story with us. Because you never know, your experience might help someone else feel less alone and more hopeful. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. I wish you a truly peaceful night and many more peaceful nights to come. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those you care about. I will see you in the next video.